I am Kendra Runnels. I'm originally from Ohio and I went to college in Savannah, Georgia, to the Savannah College of Art and Design. I did not major in painting or any sort of fine art. I did graphic design, but I knew I wanted to be around the arts. So that's why I chose to go to an art college. And I now live in Augusta, Georgia. It's where my husband is from. We have two little girls, 5 and almost 4. A friend of mine's mother bought me 3 canvases just because she thought I might want to be creative and paint something. I was living in the Charlotte, North Carolina area at the time, and so I painted this series of 3 random gecko paintings and took them to a gallery to see if they would actually sell them, and they sold, and that's where it all began. I do collage pages from old books. I don't actually use newspapers, though I've used like scans of clippings from newspapers in the past, but I like it because it goes with the whole monochromatic, background and then the pops of color. The pops of color are meant to represent hope in my work. I just have a love for the rain. And I know that seems crazy. I'm not from like Seattle or the Northwest, like so many people ask me. I am from Ohio, though. And I feel like Ohio is a very cloudy, dreary state. And in the South, it's sunny a lot more. And so I think I find myself missing just the rain sometimes. And so that came out very early on in my work. And also, I do love, I love the rain. I don't mind getting wet when it's raining outside. Like, I love the outdoors. Yeah, so I feel like there's something about that gives new life when it rains and hope. So just that theme, it really resounds with the whole rain umbrella theme. I relate a lot with the lone girl. And I don't know if it has to do with this or just like, you know, just me as a woman. I was single until I was 30. So I felt, and I also went on a mission trip. I wasn't alone, but I was single, and just this journey that we go through in life, kind of by ourselves, but alone, but not alone. I feel like we always have, God traveling with us wherever we go. And so the trains were really inspired, like the old trains, when I was in the European countries. And in fact, some of the other countries too, the trains, I feel like I was in the twilight zone in some of these old trains, like they were from, it felt like they were from like either the early 1900s, early 1800s, and it gave a sense of nostalgia, even though it wasn't nostalgia for my life. It felt like I was in someone else's world, and it was just a very unique world. And traveling around in these very unknown places. I have a few pieces like Wherever You Go or Wherever I May Go. And it's just like the idea of like that you're never really alone and in life and when you are actually traveling. The way I do my pieces, I do plan most of my pieces heavily. So I know where I'm going to put the pages. I know what words I want to show through are going to be from the pages from old books. I know where each, in the bicycle, like umbrella pieces, like I know where each person is going to be standing. Um, and just, the train images. But there's one floral that's like right here. I painted a few florals this spring, and it's kind of like a new style. And I just sat down with my panel and did something a little bit different and just started painting flowers. And so kind of reversed my process a little bit just to see what happened and try to experiment. And they turned out really well. And I'm going to try to do that more organic painting more. But most of my work is planned, and the first step is I know I sketch out my piece and I know how everything is going to go, and I know where I'm going to put all my pages from books. And so I decoupage that down, and I use like Mod Podge to decoupage that down, and I coat over it with like a varnish. And then I do like my texture. I know where all my texture is going to go throughout the painting. And then, I gesso over that. And then I start the layers of color, and doing my subject, and then just bring it to life with all the different layers of color. Finding joy is, I think, it's one of my signature pieces, but also it has that unique element of the girl standing, letting the rain fall on her. And the thing that stands out about it is just that idea. It's not just this abstract concept of hope, but she's like a visualization of that joy and hope that we're supposed to be focusing on. I just released my first ever collection online as an attempt to figure out the new world of selling only online. I've seen other artists do it where, 2 or 3 times a year they'll release a collection. They'll make like 30 paintings in the collection and release that. So I really love to paint birds, and they lend themselves to some smaller pieces that are easier for people to collect and buy if they've never seen my artwork before. The entire series is called Among the Branches, just because it's birds, and also it's inspired by, and I guess this is the most important piece, by a Bible verse about how, God cares for the birds, and if God cares even for the birds, he's going to care for all of us as well. So, hey, I'm Kendra Runnels, and you can find my artwork at kendrastudios.com, and you can also follow me on Instagram at Kendra Studios.